Definitely. I think it's almost like, let's say you wanna get a nice dress, right? And you have a couple of options. You could just walk into a department store and try what's in there. And they have certain fits and fabric. And if you try them on, and if one of their models fits you perfectly, then that's great. If you fit in those categories sort of perfectly, it's not a lot of work. You just, put down the cash, or, swipe your card, buy the dress, and you're done. But in my case, that wasn't really, what I needed, because I tried those dresses, and, those didn't really work out for me. I couldn't really fit in those categories, or I didn't feel comfortable in those fits, or it just didn't work out. Whereas, that's why I chose to went to a tailor, because I needed that specific attention to my case, where uh, obviously it was a lot of work. And I have to say, you know, this is a process. I would encourage everyone to really do their research about what they need, because maybe, you have a Nobel or a Pulitzer Prize, so you don't probably need a lot of help from the legal department. But in if you feel like, you do have a solid case, but you need to work with someone to put things in perspective, I would really encourage people to do their research and find the right partner. Not only from a technical perspective, but because I do believe there were a number of instances where you said this is kind of more art than science, and it's true. So you want to make sure that you really connect with your partner, which is your attorney. You really have that connection, and then also you really want to make sure that they genuinely believe that they're taking this case because they think they're going to make it work. And also it's important to really trust the process, because it's not an easy process. There are ups and downs. There are times we wish there was more evidence about X, but then the next day we find more evidence about Y, and then so be prepared for those maybe emotional up and downs. And also, since it's a process, I think it's important to be patient and prepared. This isn't something that, like the DV visa, you apply, there's a certain timeline to it, and then you get your visa, and then you're in the country. This is something you need to invest in, and it might take several months, for which you might need to have certain financial circumstances. So I think it's important to be ready for the challenge.
Exactly. And this marks the first time in my life I've ever been compared to a dressmaker. So that's
I felt like it was a good analogy, but yeah.
I like it. I like it. No, I'll own it. I like it a lot. So just kind of wrapping up, what kind of, maybe last gems of wisdom, can you give those out there that are, thinking about this path?
I would say make sure you find the right partner, and then once you do, stick to it, trust the process, and at the end of the day, trust in the rule of law, because I think as as complicated and complex and in many ways broken the U.S. immigration system is, it is still a set of rules, and people who are making the decisions, they do respect the rules. And as long as you stick to that, I think, and you're patient and you're prepared, you have a great chance of success, and make sure you have a great chance of fulfilling your dreams for you and your family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you. And I would just add that a lot of times, folks, I've seen where one, maybe from an objective perspective, if I look at, two or three, potential clients, one person may be more successful, quote unquote, or even maybe have a little bit more of a advantage, maybe from a salary perspective or from an achievement perspective. However, they lack the ability to aggressively pursue additional evidence, or they just do not know how to overcome obstacles. And I think one thing that I would compliment about you is you had that idea of, look, I know what I've done. I know what I've achieved. I know what value I've brought to my companies wherein I've worked and to my industry as a whole, to people that have benefited from, the products that I've championed. So I want to show that to the government, and I'm going to give you the tools that you need to tell my story. And I think that's why I was able to tell your story in such a way, is because I had the tools necessary. So that would be just the one additional thing I would add. And thank you so much for doing this, and being just a wonderful human being, more than a client and friend now. So it's been a really fun ride, and I hope that we stay in touch for many, many more years to come. So thank you again, and I hope everybody out there has benefited from this conversation. And again, always make sure that when you're moving forward or thinking about this path, that you seek out and have good advice, right? And we're here for you all if you want to reach out. And again, thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Sharif, for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Take care.
Absolutely. You too. Thank you so much.